Primetime. It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
I reduced my toilet paper down to 3 squares.
Matt Hayes.
Big asses and big thighs, yeah.
And Leon Searcy.
Bringing you love, peace, and soul.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Well, the soul or the heart of it is going to come out today when we find out who the Searcy Sweet 16 will crown as its mythical natty today. A mythical national championship from years gone by, decades and centuries ago until today. And we are going to crown this champion from 80s, 90s, O's, 10s. That's as far as we got.
There's some energy in the room.
Because the last one was, well, actually, no, I shouldn't say that. The teens and the 20s, because we had the 21 Georgia Bulldogs. And it's down to the championship game. And so it is a mythical matchup. It's the Searcy Sweet 16. We now have verified that instead of AI, LI is involved. Leon Intelligence is involved. And
heavily involved.
Yes, and we're going to simulate this mother out today. And it's going to be a big matchup between who?
2008 Gators and 01 Kings.
Yeah, 01 Kings, 08 Gators.
Yeah, season finale.
Okay, I love it.
Old school.
Yeah, and we're going to go through the numbers coming up in just a little bit, what Vegas is saying, over, under total, who's favored, how the book's opened, where it's moved, all that stuff.
Who's in the broadcast booth?
Injury report.
Yeah.
Okay.
No
because as I understand it, there's some huge question marks around a couple of players.
Really?
Yes.
On the Gators?
I'm being told, I'll just say it right now.
Oh, okay.
A Percy ankle is definitely a concern, a huge concern.
Okay.
And then
Didn't Dorsey get concussed or close to it at the end of the game?
I was just going to say he went in concussion protocol.
He was cleared.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, he's cleared. He's cleared,
Yeah,
but
don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't you do that.
He's cleared, but they're just a little concerned, okay? He took a hard shot to the head, defender drove him into the ground, and so we're just
probably Chase on.
Yeah, we're just going to keep an eye on that one. All right, so that
I just want you to know that I got a buddy of mine in Orlando whose entire office is watching it, listening to this. Peter, you guys are fantastic.
We love it.
And he said, you guys need to start using LI for everything. Everything in the future's got to be now all LI related.
Well, once the good idea we had yesterday, Matt threw it out, is that once we get to that NFL schedule, the Jaguars schedule, we're going to lie it out. Okay, we're going to LI it from start to finish, 17 games, and just kind of see what we come up with. But on the Jaguars note, we're definitely going to look at the draft a little bit more, and we'll try to attack it from a lot of different ways because you guys have been looking at draft boards and possibilities for a long time. Well, now you know who you got, who you don't have, and so we're going to start saying who sewed up in the eyes of the front office and the coaching staff, who sewed up starting spots based on either being signed as a free agent or drafted. And you can't say sewn up 100%, but you guys get what we're saying. These guys are perceived starters, so we will have some fun with that today a little bit. Now, the other thing we're going to have fun with, the Kentucky Derby, okay? Now, I talked to a handicapper who's very close to the DeStefano clan, okay, at the Golf Club of Southampton last night.
So it wasn't Dick Girardi then?
Oh, no. This is the DeStefano clan. He's very close to him. And so we were at the Golf Club of Southampton last night, and Derek, of course, is the owner, proprietor of Southampton. That's all the vowels except you. And we had a great time, and he's ready to break it down. And he's breaking it down from high up near Saratoga, okay? This is a guy who watches the ponies closely.
Are you trying to like subtly make the hint that because Derek is Italian and it's up in Saratoga that there might be some, I don't know, mafia involved?
No. I'm just simply saying.
It sounds like that. I got to tell you.
No. I'm just simply saying that these are the people that drill down on the betting sheet, on the predictiform and all that, just trying to figure it out. And it was told to me that this is one of the most difficult Kentucky Derby fields to wager on. Okay. And this is a guy who has cashed many tickets.
Wow.
All right. And that it is not going to be easy. So, on the heels of that, we're going to ask listeners today and tomorrow. Oh. There are certain sounds that JJ plays that just make me want to smoke. And that's a good one. All right, so we'll ask you.
It is a great cigar.
It's the best.
Drinking,
Yes.
Just eating afternoon.
If one of
because
us-
if you don't just watch the Kentucky Derby,
No,
it's like
no.
5 hours. You got your on the mint juleps, but
I'm just going
to
flat
each
brown.
his own.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's a presentation, isn't it?
It's
people-
everything. Pomp
They
and
put together.
circumstance.
They put their
hats.
giddy ups on to go to the Kentucky
Yeah.
Derby.
So we'll be at the best bet. I'm all sorts of fired up about it. And so, yeah, they definitely, it's pomp and circumstance. They dress up. And when you get in those paddock areas, there's a lot of thoroughbred royalty walking around there. And then in the infield, it's one of those bucket list type of events that I will make it there. I will. Churchill Downs and then Pimlico. Those are probably in order how I want to make it happen. But I've never been, so I want to. But we're going to, and Best Bet is a proud supporter of 1010XL and the Frangie Show and really the entire station. And so anyway, we got just a little prize pack from them in that we will ask listeners a couple of times today, 2 or 3 times today, 2 or 3 times tomorrow, to call JJ, and we'll put your name out and we'll give the thoroughbreds that you have chosen. But basically, all you're doing is giving us who finishes 1, 2, 3. Okay? So you got to pick your ponies. It's not
It's
going to
that easy, folks.
it ain't going to be easy, man. But you do have to pick the ponies.
And we don't expect you to actually win. I mean, like getting the trifecta is very hard, but whoever's closest.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
and whoever is the closest, we might ask you to go to Best Bet with us next year, and we'll put money down, depending on
if you
how
actually get the trifecta and you just gave it to us and didn't bet it, that's a sad day.
Yeah, because we will pay attention to it. But I'm looking at all the odds, and I'm just going to throw it out. So a little bit later on, we will definitely ask you to jump in, and we'll go to our man Dick Girardi, longtime handicapper of the thoroughbreds, coming up in a little bit, and we will definitely talk Churchill Downs. The odds are definitely kind of a little mixed right now, but we got to get to what happened last night, fellas. The L.A. Lakers, and I know you guys saw it on X. It was trending big time. Lakers in 5. Yeah. Lakers gone in 5, and that's the way it went down. And it wasn't even, I think the worst thing for any Laker fan, Leon and myself included, RJ, we understand that it's not an entire basketball team the way you would like it, but you would love to have seen a little more fight out of that bunch, especially the way they were coached down the stretch and the way they performed in this
They
basketball
were
game.
bodied interiorly. I mean, offense, defensive rebounds, scoring, all that kind of stuff. I mean, listen, LeBron scored, 22? Luka scored 28. You know, they limited in the bench.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just a better team they played. I mean, even
here's
though
the-
they were the 3rd seed,
Yeah.
that meant that Timberwolves team was just better.
They only finished like a game behind. Everybody was
they were
like from
so
the
tight.
3 seed
Yeah.
to the 9th seed. Everyone basically had the exact same.
Yeah,
record.
so tight. But the other thing is that this wasn't this. All right, an Anthony Edwards led team beat them Sunday. Okay, Ant-Man won that game, and the Lakers blew it down the stretch with J.J. Redick decided to play his entire starting 5 the entire second half of the ball game, and they may have been gassed in this one, but Minnesota came in to win. They looked like they were ready, prepared, and had the energy right from the jump. L.A. did not. And it ended up not even being an Ant-Man night.
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, Rudy
Gobert.
Gobert.
They don't have a center. He was just like doing whatever he wanted.
Well,
it
didn't
was
he get a double?
crazy.
He had a double in the game.
Yeah, he had like almost 30 points,
Yeah,
actually, which you don't see him ever be like the scoring
Heck
option
no.
for them. But he was just like getting the ball, getting whatever rebound he wanted.
He had like 20
been-
rebounds.
They're really
It's
like when they didn't do that trade right after they got Luka, they were supposed to get a center from
Yeah.
Charlotte. I guess his medicals weren't what they expected, so they just decided not to do the trade, and that really cost them the season.
yeah, because you thought that one was negated. Trade didn't come through. That they would turn right around and do something else. Didn't happen.
They didn't have time, I guess.
Yeah,
John
exactly.
Randall played well in that game.
Well, you figure Julius Randle. If you go down the line, and these are not like the most unbelievable names, but these are high draft picks, highly accomplished players when they came through. Between the Randalls, the Conleys, the Rudys of the world, it just didn't need to be Ant-Man. McMillan, all these other guys were making plays. So last night, field goal percentage basically the same between the two. 3-point percentage, LA 28%, which is not great. Minnesota was 15. Okay, you can't do that and expect to win, but they did. And then you look at turnovers, and they were basically a mixed bag between each other, numbers wise. But then when you go to the rebounds, once again, it was LA getting manhandled because
Rudy had 9 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, because LA didn't have any size.
Probably
at
more
all.
than all of the Lakers combined.
He had a 27 and 24 game.
And so you're talking about and I'm just going to use this once proud franchise when I say the Lakers. And you can't bow out like that. Do you know what their record is in the last 3 playoff series that they've been in? Okay, the last 3 playoff series they are 0-4, 1-4, 1-4. That can't happen. And especially when you pull the deal off, which, like, I know this isn't 100% correct, but somewhere Nico in a dark little small room is smiling, and Nico was the guy who let Luka out of.
You see him
Dallas.
not playing defense all series.
Yeah, it was bad. It really was, and that's still.
Yeah, but you know that with him. That's
Yes, you
part
do.
of the recipe.
That's why you have.
He's got to
yeah.
be better than that.
A little
You
bit.
can't
True.
just have 4 guys out there.
No,
Like,
and-
and he wasn't good enough offensively in this series to make up for that. Like,
Exactly.
if you're going to score 35 points a game and be dishing out assists and everything, shoot a high percentage and not play defense, that's fine. But Luka sucked.
Yeah, he did, and more than anything else, he's got to walk off the floor knowing he didn't do what he was brought in to do. And LeBron, look, there's a clock on this, okay? There is, and so it didn't finish nearly the way they anticipated. And JJ Redick, I don't know. He's going to be second guessed for a while after these last 2 coaching jobs that he
may
did.
have a job.
The only thing I heard that he might come here as an assistant to make sure that Travis Hunter plays both ways every play. That's the only thing I've heard that's a good piece of news. So that's a possibility if he does do that.
LeBron is coming back. I know you're happy to hear that, Matt, for another season.
Of course he is, because it's all about him.
No,
So he's supposed to retire?
yeah. What do you mean it's all about him? It's all about his son. He's got another son coming up.
I don't get this. So by coming back, he's being selfish.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy.
You'll just say anything anti-LeBron.
You're right, I will.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, he does not deny
You're
it.
exactly right, I will.
He had a great season.
Yeah.
He played very well this year.
Yeah, they were, and they in the post game, and he got one salvo off about Anthony Davis, saying that AD said what he wanted, and he was gone within a week, and so you knew that was going to bubble up, but I'm not sure that was the time for that to go down.
He might be like, by the way, like the most unrecognized superstar, AD.
Yeah, but it's only because he's up and down injury wise.
Yeah, I know, but I mean that's when he's on.
Yeah.
Good God.
But he could not.
Ant-Man may be one of the more unrecognized.
Yeah,
That's what I
being
mean,
in Minnesota.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you were saying AD.
No, Ant.
Yeah, Ant is. Yeah, I tell you what, the people around the arena last night know who he was because he trolled and strolled.
He
Oh,
took
yeah,
a
no
tour.
doubt.
He gave him the business.
That was
Took a
classic.
tour of
love
outside
that.
the
I love
arena
it.
in LA.
I love that he's
A
unfiltered.
trolling tour.
It's just crap.
I love that he's
classic.
unfiltered.
I mean, they got to the semis last year, right?
Yeah.
And they got to the semis.
Yeah,
Man.
they ended up losing
Yeah.
to Luka.
Yeah.
They beat, though, the defending champions in 7 games, the Nuggets, which no one thought they would do. And they came back down 20 in like the 4th quarter of Game 7. It was a very successful season for them. Yes, it's bad that the Lakers are out for the NBA and ratings and everything. There's no denying that.
Yeah.
But having Ant become like a superstar
be great.
is a big deal.
Yeah.
It would be huge.
And
yeah.
it's still
He's awesome.
Yeah, it's still like just a really super big surprise that he wasn't as on. Like he took a
Right.
ton of threes last night. He was what 0 for 11.
He just was on. I think
yeah.
he scored like what, 13, 15?
Yeah.
Just didn't need him.
Yeah, exactly. The other guys did it. They focused on him. All right, so let's focus on the draft talk. Let's get into that coming up. That kind of just gives me my little time to let out a little Corona call. We can get excited about what this football team is looking like. So let's do it coming up as we take a look at how many starters positions in your mind between the free agent, period, and the draft, have the Jaguars basically plugged in as new names, new faces here, and are they going to be good? Good question.
What is this?
1010XL.
It's on.
1010XL.
It's always on.
Who are you?
Jacksonville Sports Radio.
It's what we do.
It's Work Zone Awareness Week, Florida. Every year, lives are lost in work zones because of speeding and distractions. When you see orange cones, remember, slow down, follow the signs, and stay focused. Workers are counting on you to get home safely, and so are their families. Let's work together to prevent crashes and save lives. A safety reminder from the Florida Department of Transportation. Slow your roll. Safety's the goal.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too. From Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, rolling lot bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Are you an experienced chiller technician and looking for a role where your skills are truly valued? It's time to make the move to Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. You'll get top pay, comprehensive health and welfare benefits for your family, and a pension that doesn't come out of your pocket. Join the team that's got your back. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit UA234.com to send your resume today.
Equal opportunity employer. Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler, and this Mother's Day, we'd like to help you celebrate Mom with up to 40% off our entire inventory. GIA-certified natural diamonds and lab-grown diamonds, beautiful colored gemstones, designer brands, custom jewelry design, and Monahan Jewelers offers interest-free financing on any purchase, so get something special with a payment you can afford. Come celebrate Mom with fine jewelry at up to 40% off at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
When it comes to my opinion, I love dropping the hammer. I'm Hayes Carlyon. Listen for Hammer Time with Hayes weekdays on The Frangie Show.
Hammer Time with Hayes, driven by Southside Kia. Online at SouthsideKiaJacks.com.
Hey, Hicken here. So much of what makes us a family takes place in our homes. That's where Zero Res comes in. I love Zero Res, and this month get Zero Resified from Jacksonville's #1 carpet and air duct cleaner with May Mayhem. A 3-room special starting at $149 plus the 4th room is free. You owe it to yourself and your family to breathe healthy, happy, and clean. Call Zero Res 28757 or go online at ZeroResJacksonville.com and say you want the Hicken special. Zero Res, spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Are you struggling with hair loss? At IHRS, we understand because we've been there too. We're dedicated to finding the best solution tailored just for you.
My hair looks great. It was thinning, and IHRS restored my hair.
It's now fuller, it's thicker, voluminous. It's made me feel great.
With the latest technology and FDA-approved laser therapy, PRP, and non-surgical hair addition, we offer guaranteed solutions for men and women.
With over 35 years of experience, IHRS found a hair restoration for us, and we can find one for you.
For me.
For me.
And me too.
Visit hairforme.com or call 904-777-IHRS. Get a free microscopic analysis and get to the root of your problem. This $395 analysis is yours for free. Call 904-777-4477 now.
You'll always feel good when you send someone a Kuhn Flowers floral or plant arrangement. This is Shay J with 1010XL, and no matter what the reason, Kuhn Flowers has always come through for me. Order online at KuhnFlowers.com.
It's the NBA playoffs, and Hurricane Grill & Wings has slam dunk specials like $3.75 Miller Lite drafts with 30 bold wing flavors, ice-cold drinks, handcrafted cocktails, and big screens everywhere. Find your spot at HurricaneWings.com.
Looking for a great place to enjoy some craft creations and soak up some scenery? Fernandina's Mocama Beer Company is a must-see and must-try. Nassau County knows it. Visitors need to find out about it. Mocama means near the big water where the sun is born. And if you visit their tap room in Fernandina Beach, you'll see how they've mastered equal parts precision and art in creating great flavors from IPAs to pilsners, lagers, and sours, plus plenty more. Mocama.com, Mocama Beer Company. Start an adventure and find them in Fernandina.
Pickett here with my concierge doctor, Richard Townsend. Doc T, how does a concierge direct primary care operate?
We are a membership-based primary care made directly between a patient and physician. We'll have a limited amount of patients that allows us to give unlimited access and personal service to you. This individualized approach has been shown to lower hospitalizations as well as maintain healthier lives. We also give 24/7 access via phone to me outside of our scheduled office hours.
To learn more, go to mypvconcierge.com.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Here he comes. There he goes. Touchdown for Tim Tebow. His 12th rushing touchdown of the year.
Did that look a little too easy for you, Grease? It did look a little easy, did it? Watch, he's just going to stand up and everybody's just going to push everything. The offensive lineman push. All right, we're in.
They had one good drive. This pass is tipped and it's intercepted. McDougal, the defensive end, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Miami. I'm sure the penalty is excessive celebration. I'm not sure Miami cares right now.
This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
01 Miami, 08 Florida. It's the mythical matchup that LI. Leon Searcy with a Sweet 16, a combination of the artificial influence and the selection committee created the bracket, and then the games were played. Okay? Games were played.
Yeah.
And this is the matchup we've got between those two star-studded teams.
And the Rose Bowl's already full, too, right?
Oh, yeah, it's full. See, the fans don't understand this is mathematical. This is mathematical is what I would put this thing together, all right? I mean, so, it's my vision.
Mm-hmm.
There's equations.
Right.
And then there's problem solving, then there's solutions.
Okay, metrics, analytics,
All that
stats.
All of it, bro.
And then that's how you get to LI.
Exactly.
Yeah. I understand that.
You know.
All right,
so I mean, this is not a simple process. I will let the people know this is not a simple process.
All right, so we're going to have it rolling during the show
ins,
today.
A lot of outs, a lot of what have yous.
Yeah.
Plus, to schedule all these guys to get together.
Yes.
It was very difficult.
And let me tell you
Yeah,
something.
some of them, yeah, of course.
Yeah, and being able to play this game for the fans, that's really what it's all about. It's for the kids first, but it's just
for the ones who didn't get to see these teams.
Yes.
Think about that.
Yes.
Exactly.
All right, so before you name the teams, setting, point spread, total.
Okay. All right, the setting is Pasadena, California, Rose Bowl. Capacity,
best.
What
72,000.
better place to crown a mythical match?
It's at 8 p.m. The kickoff's 8 p.m. It's a 75 degrees. Balmy. Balmy 75.
Oh, the San Gabriel's in the background. Oh, man.
Don't you have to kick it off at like 5 p.m.? Is that like the rule?
We got 3 quintessential legends in the booth for the game.
All right.
Vern Lundquist.
Nice.
Brent Musburger.
They don't like each other.
No.
This is going to be great.
Well,
This is going to be great.
They're going to be opposite
Yes,
sides.
I love
in the middle is Keith Jackson.
Yes.
That's gonna be
yes.
They're going to be talking over each other.
It is a three-way that we've got going on right now.
Right, but if those two are on either side of like the ghost of Keith Jackson, they're going to be fine.
Yeah, that's true. There'll be a bit of reverence and respect paid.
Absolutely.
No one will hog the mic.
No.
Although Musburger will mention the line at some point.
As soon as the broadcast
And
begins,
probably an attractive female in the crowd.
Oh, you quarterbacks.
The
You're
line is
looking live.
The
All right,
line is 5.5. Miami.
5.5.
That makes sense to me. Honestly, the way the Gators including Hayes Carline, he said we're talking about a major climb up a hill to win this game. If Florida wins this game, it's going to be an upset.
I think y'all are like, you're not giving them enough credit, man.
Well, I
that
feel
Florida defense,
led by Brandon Spikes, major.
They corral that Miami offense.
Yeah. You can go back and think of some of those cats on that side. Woo! All right, go ahead. We got Florida on one side.
I mean,
Miami
the
on
legendary Oklahoma offense that was averaging almost 60 a game got 14.
Yeah.
That's true in the championship game.
Yeah, they led the nation in plays run.
Jeremy Shockey and Clinton Portis and Andre Johnson and
they were pretty
Reggie
good,
Wayne.
man.
Now I'm gonna set the stage.
All right, set it up.
2008 Florida Gators, 13-1 SEC national champions. Big Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, also known as the Swamp. Head coach Urban Meyer, offensive coordinator Dan Mullen.
That's right, Herb's back. I forgot all about that.
Yes. Defense coordinator Charlie Strong. They're led by Heisman Trophy winner Tim Tebow.
Jesus.
Yeah, also known as. They're halfway to the championship. They came into the season number 5, preseason number 5. They beat Miami, then average of all days passed. Miami with Randy Shannon, 26-3.
Did you hear that? Did you hear him slip that in there?
Yeah.
Average Miami of all days
and
passed.
he is.
Hey, I'm being honest.
Correct.
Yes, I am. They beat at Tennessee 30-6. In week 4, they had a loss to Ole Miss 30-31. Famous Tim Tebow speech came out of that. And after that, they beat number 3 LSU 51-21. Number 8 Georgia 49-10. Number 24 Carolina 56-6. They beat number 23 Florida State 45-15. Then they beat number 1 Alabama in the SEC championship game 31-20, and they beat Oklahoma in the national championship 24-14.
I think Tebow's speech also right at the end that got cut off that no one ever hears is, "I'm going to lead this team all the way to the LI national championship."
Yeah. And if he hoists the LI, how big is that?
That'll be big.
Bigger than Lombardi.
Yeah.
They shortened it.
And that
Took an
season,
LI out of Lombardi.
Absolutely. That season, they scored 611 points, averaging 43.6 a game. The defense only gave up 181, which is 12.9 per game.
Wow.
The offense at Florida in that season scored 82 touchdowns. The opponent's 21.
82-21.
82-21.
Woo. Yeah, that's doing work.
That's doing work. All right, here we go. We got the 2001 Miami Hurricanes, Big East and National Champions that year. They played in the OB, also known as the Mecca. Miami, Florida, 305. Larry Coker was the head coach. Offense coordinator Rob Chazinski, defense coordinator Randy Shannon, and running pro-style offense, the 4-3 cover 2 defense. They're halfway to the championship. Started with a win at Penn State. They'd be number 13 Florida State, number 15 Syracuse, number 11 Washington, number 14 Virginia Tech. And they'd be number 4 Nebraska in the national championship game. Miami's offense scored 42.6 per game. Same as Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're talking about
defense.
two unbelievably talented.
Defense only surrendered 9.7 points per game.
Against the Big East, I mean.
Well, yeah. Well, that's true. That's shots fired. But that Miami team in this roster had 17 first-round picks and 38 NFL draft picks.
That's just stupid.
It's crazy. I'm looking at just a couple of the numbers here real quick, and we'll get back to the actual game and how we think it's going to go down. But when you start taking a look at the number of players, and like you said, 17 first-rounders, it's just honestly insane what they had collection-wise that carried on for 2 more years. And this was, as we've all said, the Butch Davis effect. And when they first did it, when they went through probation and whatnot, remember, they were giving out track scholarships and all this other kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It was
Santana Moss was on an indoor track scholarship.
It was a genius
One of the best wide receivers in the history of the school.
Yeah, and they basically said, do whatever it takes to make sure that we can get to where we want to go. And they was able to get enough to where they could get all those players on the field.
I think they even got Andre Johnson on the track scholarship.
Najee Davenport was on the track scholarship.
Great fullback. Also has a very funny story while he was at Green Bay. Please look into that.
He might have been on Metamucil when that. I don't know.
You guys realize there's only so many scholarships given out to track, right?
Yeah.
And it's so they either did something illegal.
No. I mean, the track coach made room for them to play.
Yeah.
And then they walked on for the football.
Let me just ask you this. Please tell me that y'all are not wearing those green jerseys.
No, we're going old school.
All right.
That orange.
We're going with the orange.
Gary's going all white again, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I like the look of it. And so that means white and orange pants.
No, all white.
All white.
All white.
Yeah.
Orange helmets.
Good. Good. All right. You guys let us know. 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Tell us what you think about which side of this mammoth matchup would you be on. Just thinking back and thinking about some of those great stars. All right. So just to set the table, when we think about where this team is at, the construction of the new Jacksonville Jaguars, the 2025 version and going forward of the Jacksonville Jaguars, how many starters do they get in free agency? How many starters do they get in the draft? Now, this is not an uncommon practice. Every team does it every year. But this football team needs to find guys that are going to develop as draft picks and be good starters as free agents, because this team has gone through just a circle of madness when you start thinking about the guys that they've signed in free agency that haven't delivered. Just see Ronald Darby last year. Holy smokes. Mitch Morse, unfortunately, 1 year and he retires. And so, yeah, we got to look at it like that.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm looking at the center position. And it's an intriguing battle because both of these guys are essentially the same person.
Mm-hmm.
Both were demoted. Both were starters.
Yeah.
Both were demoted. Now, Robert Hazen came in, because they brought him in. But this might be an opportunity for Fortner because these guys don't know Fortner. There might be an opportunity for Fortner to go out there and showcase his talent.
Well, it is good the way you set it up. Both starters, both benched.
Yeah, both benched. Yeah, exactly. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm just saying, if I'm Fortner, I see opportunity.
Sure,
how could you not, right?
Yeah, you got to seize this opportunity because these guys, you don't have any film of these guys to watch other than maybe a year before that,
right?
And then you were benched, you were demoted, and now they bring in a free agent guy who essentially is the same guy you are.
Yeah,
and now there's an opportunity for you to make hay.
And even though this is a late round draft pick, I want to watch and see what Jonah Monheim does because he's a guy from USC. I believe he was a team captain, and he's a guy that can come in here, and it really comes down to, do you have the aptitude? Yeah. Can you make the line calls? Can you pick up this offense quickly and do what Liam Cohen wants you to do? And so it's a three-way battle. I doubt you need to look too much past Robert Hainsey, but he is right now the presumptive starter.
The reason why I'm saying that for this is an opportunity for him to make, because he's essentially could be in the position where he could be out the league if he doesn't come in. You know what I'm saying?
More than likely will.
Yeah, more than likely he'll be out the league. I mean, because if he doesn't seize this opportunity as a starter.
Agree with that.
Well,
yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I was talking about Javon Foster the other day. We have no idea what he's going to look like.
No.
Yeah, I mean, he just as easily could go in there and he looks terrible and he's out of the league, like Leon said, or he could have completely reshaped his body. We have no idea.
Right.
Then you get a new coach in there. Let's see what happens.
All right, so that's the first one. We'll throw out a few more as we get to the next seg. But you potentially have 3/5 of your starting offensive line brand new. Yeah, and really, no matter what happens, you may have a returning starter, but 3/5 of your offensive line from last year brand new.
Well, if you go from last year's opening day, you could have 4/5.
Yeah. Yeah, because Cam was on that left side.
Well, and because your left guard, I mean, Wyatt Milan might win that job.
No. I'm already including him.
Yeah, okay.
As far as 3/5 go.
Yeah, you would have 4/5 from opening day.
Yeah, you make a good point because Cam did go to Minnesota, and then Walker, we see him now as a starter. All right, we'll keep it on that. You guys hit the text line, jump in the YouTube chat, whatever you'd like. We'd love to hear from you, especially when it comes to Miami 2001 versus Florida 2008. We'll have a first quarter score coming up on XL Primetime.
The fire which burns inside them. It's essential to understand that battles are won primarily in the hearts of men. And once you have won their hearts, they'll follow you anywhere.
1010XL.
The housing market is as busy as ever on the First Coast. And if you've moved in or moved on, make sure you have a team of trained electricians ready to help. American Electrical can make sure you're up to date electrically and maximize your living experience. Smart home automation services, home theater systems, outdoor and dock lighting, and backup generators. American Electrical can do it all. A team you can trust with highly trained technicians ensuring you have the best living experience. American-Electrical.com, a leader on the First Coast and powered by professionalism.
Hi, I'm Karen, owner of Clay Solar Installation Partners, your local women-owned solar company. At Clay Solar, we're more than just panels, and power. We're about people. We make the switch to clean energy simple, stress-free, and built to last. If you've had a bad experience with solar in the past, we can help. We specialize in dependable solutions and top-notch customer service, so you can finally enjoy the savings and sustainability you deserve. Schedule your free consultation at claysolar.com.
Free Comic Book Day. Hey, I'm Ben Kay, owner of Gotham City Limit, your local comic shop, inviting you to the Community Party of the Year, Saturday, May 3rd. Free comics, free food, huge discounts, and more. Let's take Free Comic Book Day to the limit. Gotham City Limit.
Got a leaky faucet? AC blowing hot air? No worries, Duck Rooter has your back. Call 904-862-6769 or visit duckduckrooter.com. Duck Rooter, plumbing, septic, AC, and a whole lot of quacking good service.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On May 1st, 1991, MLB outfielder Ricky Henderson steals his 939th base, setting a new MLB record for stolen bases.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Hereeth my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Get it? With the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Looking for a fun-filled evening that the whole family can enjoy? Discover the thrill of indoor football, a fast-paced, action-filled sport where excitement meets family fun. Check out your hometown Sharks on Saturday, May 3rd at 7 p.m. Ask about our family 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 $10 vouchers, and a $20 Owl's Pizza gift card, all for only $100. For tickets, go to jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700. Go Sharks!
Prosser here. The Sharks look to get back in winning form this Saturday while you enjoy a fun-filled evening. Ask about our family 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 $10 vouchers, and a $20 Owl's Pizza gift card, all for only $100. Discover the thrill of indoor football, fast-paced, action-filled, family fun, and check out our hometown Sharks Saturday, May 3rd, kickoff 7 o'clock at the ViStar Memorial Arena. For tickets and the family 4-pack information, go to jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700. That's 621-0700. Go Sharks!
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
This is Mike Lynch, PGA Golf Professional. Take it from me. If you're dealing with an orthopedic issue, talk to the doctors at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where you're treated like a pro.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros. Thanks to all of you who have allowed us to be part of your recovery. Call us at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists if you ever have a need.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Mia here, and I'm just going to cut to the chase. What you really want to know is, why buy from Arlington Toyota? How about over 800 vehicles, one lot, 60-day exchange, and friendly credit for everyone? Plus, right now, get $0 down and just $288 per month for a pre-owned 2022 Toyota Corolla. Or how about no payments till August 2025? Shop in person on Atlantic Boulevard, just a quarter mile east of 295, or online anytime at arlingtontoyota.com.
Hey, Hicken here. Tired of glasses or contacts? Discover customized vision solutions at Bowden Eye & Associates. Dr. Bowden's team offers cutting-edge options like EVO implantable Collamer lenses or refractive lens exchange and classic LASIK, designed to fit your life. Picture perfect vision for reading, driving, or just enjoying the day. It's easier than you think. Call now for your free screening. Bowden Eye & Associates, they're keeping the First Coast focused.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
He's had one block this year, and he's got another one blocked, and Miami touchdown. And it's Fitzgerald. And the 46, Ricks from the gun. Plenty of time. Whoops, hit as he threw. The ball is loose again. Nobody home except Duma. And the little linebacker's got it. He's heading to the end zone. This will be a Miami touchdown.
Miami had 8 touchdowns on takeaways alone just last year defensively. This year, this is their 4th one.
Bradford, not a body within 10 yards, walking down the sideline for Johnson, and he is leveled by Major Wright.
Manny Johnson beating Hayden, but look at Major Wright.
This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
That was a major shot from Major Wright.
That's coming Andre Johnson's way, too, just FYI.
And it was an early statement, that's for sure. Highlights from 2008 when Florida was winning their national championship. Highlights from 2001 when the Hurricanes were rolling to a natty. Off the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. I'm a Gator, but damn, that 0-1 game team takes it. If not, it's the Gators in a last-minute field goal. So they're already trying to handicap. They're live betting the second half of this bad boy.
There's already stuff going on now.
Oh, all right. So
end of the first quarter.
And by the way, another one. Bottom line, Gators/Tebow, they have the Holy Spirit on their side.
I mean, they do.
All right, so give it to us.
Stop it. All right, early first quarter score is 14-10. Canes.
14-10, close ball game. So that means that Miami defense able to stonewall Timmy
at least one drive,
and company on one drive, hold them a field goal. 14-10. After 15 minutes of play.
We're going to start the second right now.
Okay. All right.
The first.
641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. On that, you can jump in the YouTube chat. We will have it as well on X for you guys to jump in on. It's always lively there because we want you to tell us how you think it would go down. So have a little fun with it. Just go to 1010XL on X and check it out.
Is Percy playing, Leon?
Oh, he's playing.
All right.
I'm telling you, it was a big, big, big concern, training people all around him with the ankle. But he looks like he doesn't look like he's hindered.
They shot
him
up with something.
Maybe. Maybe. I text Gio just to find out. Lidocaine. I didn't know what it was. But he said it's possible.
He's in the crowd, isn't he? He's like a trendsetter. He likes to go to those big events.
He loves it. He loves it. All right, so one off the text line as far as the Jags are concerned. Let's get back to our starters. How many guys do you think came into Duval in 2025 as a free agent or a draft pick and can start in 2025 in the fall? Liam coached Fortner, I think, at Kentucky. So maybe he's familiar with him. Yes, the answer is yes. Liam went from L.A. to Kentucky, back to L.A. to Kentucky. And so the first stop in Kentucky and Lexington, Fortner was in his last year. And I remember Fortner played, 6 years? I believe it was 6 years.
He was a super senior for sure.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah, I believe so. And he got 2 or 3 degrees. He is a
Did you guys forget that Fortner sucks?
Smart son of a gun. No, I'm just bringing it up.
Okay.
Yeah, the Texas answer.
I've heard him brought up like 3 times on this show already, and
the whole
very
discussion,
worried.
But the way the way Leon laid it out is that
Haynes literally kneecapped him right there.
He's one of the worst players on the roster. Probably.
Yeah, he was bad and then became a really easy punching bag. And so when he left, we all said by default the next guy in is going to be that much better. Well, the guys to the left and right of Mitch Morse didn't play much better either. And so they didn't really.
Mitch Morse.
Yeah, I thought he did, but in the end, it was barely above average. Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that. And so anyway, Leon's point is both of these guys got benched. They both were starters, both lost their jobs. Why not take a look at the battle? And Liam does know Luke a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, and the only reason why I brought up Luke, JJ, is because he's a desperate character right now.
Yeah,
very,
very desperate. So I mean, he's got to
after look at they drafted that center, I was like, it's a wrap.
Yeah. I mean, he's in a situation right now where if he doesn't showcase in camp, he could be gone.
Yeah, and like we said, the 7th rounder, we have no idea, but he comes from good stock. Like we said, a captain in a passing offense. He needs to be, just like everybody else is going to be asked to be, a little more physical.
Who's the camp body they've had there for the last 2 years, number 60?
Yeah.
Was a late cutter both times, and we both loved him.
I like him a lot.
Shorter guy.
Williams, it was Williams. I'm pretty sure.
It was pretty good, man. That's gonna be Fortner this year.
Yeah. All right. I got my 90-man depth chart in my bag here.
Darryl.
Was it Williams?
Darryl Williams.
Darryl Williams. Okay.
How about that pull?
That was pretty damn good, man.
I was scrambling in the old brain right there.
Pretty good.
All right, so who else do you have as starters? Because we just mentioned it.
I mean,
before.
Eric Murray's got to be one, right?
Yeah. But let's just stay on the offense for right now, because as we mentioned, 3/5. If you even go to the beginning of last year, 4/5, like Matt pointed out. But let's just say Walker is a starter, Anton is a starter. We have Hainsey, at the very least, perceived as the starter. Luke, battle it. See what happens. And then Jonah Monham can have an opportunity here.
Yeah.
And then we know that Pat McCary's being brought in on that right guard side.
Yeah, I mean, he's brought here to win that position at guard.
Yes, at left guard.
Yeah, I mean, so that's the new regime putting Ezra Cleveland on notice, which is okay with me. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but yeah, you got to show up the three. What I'm a little nervous about is the fact that the three guys interiorly are all new. So their cohesiveness,
Very true.
They've got to get it going together real quick.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, if I'm the head coach, I'm an offensive line coach, I'm making sure those guys do everything together.
Yeah.
On the field together, in the film room together, working out together. Because, listen, we're talking about protecting Trevor internally. These guys have got to be on the page, on the same page, doing OTAs, going into training camp for the season.
So we're all basically in agreement. That's 2 free agents and 1 draft pick that you believe will change the face in front of this Jaguars team.
Yeah,
all
the
right.
middle 3.
All right,
All
so
3 of them, yeah.
so then we know that Travis Hunter's going on the offensive side first, no doubt about it. So now you got 4 starters. You know that Brenton Strange is at the very least going to be stepping in and perceived as the starter, but they're also going to bring in Hunter Long, Munt, one of these guys, Johnny Munt, to be, if they do go heavy, one of those guys is a starter. They're not exclusive.
Don't forget Patrick Murtaugh, okay?
Yeah.
Don't forget Patrick Murtaugh.
I'm rooting for him, okay? That's all I can say.
He was your boy last camp, man.
Yeah, but listen, I had a lot of them, okay? Between training camp, Trammell, and I was all over the map. There was a lot of football love affairs I had going with the 90-man roster. Then you go to the backfield. It's Etienne's job, and he will have an opportunity to do a lot of good things, I think, in this Liam Cohen offense. Tank established himself last year.
You think it's his job?
Well, I'm just going to say to begin with,
I think it's competition.
Yes. I won't debate that at all. I'm just simply saying, right now, if you depth charted it, you're putting him at the top.
Yes.
Okay, that's the only reason I'm saying that.
But I also would say I think they're getting equal reps with the ones.
Yeah, and Tank did. If I go back and look at the numbers, yards per carry, decent in terms of competition between these two guys. It's not like one was overwhelmingly better than the other. Neither one of them were nearly as good as they needed to be overall. But yeah, if you take a look
and that's not a bad thing for Etienne either.
No,
that's going to keep him sharp, man. He kind of, after the fumble in the first game, was never the same, man.
No, it's true. And ESPN research, and I love going back to this number, they ran between the tackles 3rd highest in the league. So they didn't kick it outside nearly enough. Over 3 out of 4 runs on this offense last year were between the tackles. Now, is that predictable or what?
Well, he averaged 3.7 yards a carry, Etienne.
Yeah. He wasn't.
If you're not getting 4 clip average.
No, I'm not debating you. You're right that he like everybody
twice
else
last year. Twice.
Yeah. Heck, man.
You cannot have a starting running back like that has 550 something yards and scores 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. It's not acceptable. And
with a long of 22 yards last year. That was his long. Okay. And Tank was able to break off some big runs. He was. All right. So any other starters you got on that side of the ball, sirs?
What about De'Ami Brown in the slot position?
Yeah.
Against Gabe Davis.
Yeah. If you
he's the outside guy.
He is primarily
and we
outside.
know he's not going to play outside. He's not going to start outside. No. So it might be an opportunity for him in the slot.
Okay. That's a good
against
one.
Gabe Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I need to look at the total number of snaps that he had up there, but primarily played outside. One of our prime timers gave me the numbers before, and I'll see if I can find them. All right. Defensive side of the ball. We know that the bookend rush ends are there. Okay.
Yeah, they're good.
And you go interiorly, and
Armstead's
I'm laughing when I'm saying, are we going to call Eric Armstead a brand new starter?
He's
not. He's
not, but he is.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, right now, the front is the front that was here a year ago.
Yes.
Okay. And so like it, hate it, whatever, the front is what was here a year ago. And you can put Mason Smith in an opportunity to be a rotating starter at that 3 spot. You can take Jordan Jefferson as a rotating your first 8 guys are definitely going to be out there a bunch. But they didn't go sign a new starter or draft a new starter on the front. We can basically all agree on that.
Yeah, so Armstead's going to start. He's going to start at the 3.
Yeah.
And Mason Smith is going to be his backup.
Next guy up. Exactly.
Okay.
All right, then to the corners. We know nickel-wise.
Tyson's the lock. I think the nickel obviously is the lock with Jordan Lewis, right?
Yeah, so Jordan Lewis is one of the new starters.
He's a lock at nickel.
Yeah. And then I don't know whether Caleb Brands. Everyone's telling me Caleb Brands is going to be plugged in at safety immediately. I'd like to see
let's
it.
go to the other corner.
Yeah. Well, Jarian's got the chance to, if everything goes the way, and Travis Hunter.
I was just going to say, or Travis Hunter.
Yeah. Travis Hunter could be one of the new starters on that side of the ball. All right, how about this? Let's just use that segue real quick as a that.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
This should not shock too many of you, but it's still pretty dang cool, and we'll find out whether it happens or not. The favorite for Defensive Rookie of the Year next year is Travis Hunter. The favorite for Offensive Rookie of the Year next year is Travis Hunter. The favorite for Rookie of the Year next year is Travis Hunter. For the first time in NFL odds history, the same cat is the favorite for everything. On the offensive side, he is plugged in at plus 750. And right behind him is Ashton Genty, then Cam Ward. Let's see here. His odds are a little bit longer there, but still, he's one of the betting favorites.
Let's just recap real quick what the Browns did, okay?
Yeah.
Just real quick. Mm-hmm. The Browns traded back and didn't pick this guy that we're talking about, okay?
Yeah.
Picked a defensive lineman who was getting just torn apart in the last week of draft analysis, Mason Graham, right?
Yeah.
They got the first round with Jacksonville that you would think they were going to use next year when its quarterback class is a lot different. Mm-hmm. Then they go and select in the third round, which is that's a premium pick, a third-round pick.
Yeah.
They go and select Dylan Gabriel, of all people. And then 2 rounds later, they take Shedeur Sanders.
And they're getting A's.
So they've got Gabriel, Sanders, Pickett, who they signed in the offseason.
Flippin' Flacco,
and Deshaun.
And a wheelchaired Watson.
So Watson's probably not going to play. Flacco's probably not going to play, right?
Yeah, he will.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Probably the starter, man.
Okay, so if we're saying Flacco's the starter,
yeah,
or
Pickett's the backup.
Yeah.
You're going to have blown a 3rd or 5th round pick is what you're going to do.
Yeah, that's why the owner obviously made him take Shedeur. Because why the hell would you draft 2 backup quarterbacks?
All right. Now let's continue on that. Now let's go off that little angle. If that's what JJ is saying is true, a lot of people believe that. Shedeur's making that team, or at the very least, he's going to be the third quarterback.
As bad
which
as
means
it is,
you blew a premium pick on Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, as bad as it is, it's one of the better situations for him to land in.
That might be like the worst draft in a long time for the Browns.
Yeah, I'll pull up the numbers. All right, here it is right here. The fact that they
got a number 1 pick in a 2nd rounder, though.
Well, yeah,
I get that, but you're going to use that 2nd first to move up to number 1 and take the best quarterback after you've spent 2 picks this past draft on quarterbacks.
Yeah, if nothing else, you can at least say, Cleveland, who is your quarterback? We still don't know. You can still say that.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, just as far as Shedeur, and I got to remind everybody that a year ago, Primetime said Shedeur is not turning pro, pulled himself out of the draft conversation.
Right, that's right.
So he could be, and he said he'll be the number 1 quarterback taken next year. Well, then it went between him and Cam, and then he was projected 2nd or 3rd. The numbers simply bear out just the way the slotting system works. It cost him as much as $37 million. $37 million in his first contract. Not to mention, obviously, what happens after that. But they've got Flacco for $4 million. They've got Dylan Gabriel, if he makes the team and stays on the team for 4 years, $6 million. They've got Kenny Pickett 1 year, $2.6 million on his rookie contract, and then we all know the numbers that have been hashed out for Deshaun Watson for a long time. So All right, let's wrap up real quick. Jordan Lewis is a starter, okay? He was brought in as a free agent. Travis Hunter is a starter at cornerback. It could be him, could be Jarian, but let's just say they drafted a starter because when we just mentioned those odds, he's among the favorites to win Rookie of the Year on defense and on offense. And then you take a look at the defensive linebacking core and the safeties. Murray, like you mentioned, he is being signed as a starter. He is being brought in long, not way long in tooth, but he's in his 10th year, I'm pretty sure. So Eric Murray's being brought in to be a starter. And so now you have one of your two back there, along with another free agent from last year in Darnell Savage, based on how things play out. And any other linebacker? I don't.
Kaiser has a chance, I think. Yeah. I think Kaiser definitely has a chance to win.
Well, he's got a chance, but he'll be. I just see him as a special teamer to start.
I don't disagree, but the way Devin Lloyd has played,
yeah,
I don't think you can discount anything.
Well, no, you're right. All right, let's just leave it there because we can't. So Devin, Foye, Ventrell, however it works out.
They didn't draft Devin.
Yeah.
And then didn't give him the 5th year.
Right, exactly. They sent messages, that's for sure.
It's very obvious.
Right. XL Primetime, we head into the 3 o'clock hour. We thank you all for hanging out with us. Watch on YouTube. You miss any of the show, just go back, hit the stream. You can see the entire project.
You can find 1010XL on any social media platform: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. At 1010XL.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Interested in a unique date night? Gibby here. I took my wife Nikki to Wick a Candle Bar. She made her own custom candle right there in the store. Shop local at Wick a Candle Bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
All right, gentlemen, we've trained for this. We've battled the elements. But if there's one thing we can't afford, it's letting the heat take us out before the big game.
But Coach, the AC at my house is busted. I barely got any sleep last night.
Well, Johnson, you should have called Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. They're the real MVPs. Now let's cue the cool music.
Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Cool Cats. The coolest cats in town.
Friendly competition meets great futures. It's the Birdies and Bounces Tournament presented by the Mackenzie Noel Wilson Foundation, Friday, May 9th at the Yards. Where else can a pickleball tournament, 15 holes of golf, food, fun, beverages, raffles, and great activities help a worthy organization like the Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Florida, where 59 clubs serve nearly 6,000 youth daily. For tickets and team registration, email Charlie C. at bgcnf.org.
Happy Mother's Day.
I have cooked, cleaned, scrubbed.
If you'd like some help with Mother's Day gift ideas from Beard's Diamonds, Wicca Candle Bar, Small Cakes Jacks, and Jacksonville Flower Market, go to 1010XL.com.
You're a good one, aren't you?
Are your monthly bills keeping you up at night, wondering how you got so behind? Hey, I'm Roger Moore, CEO of Loan Pronto. I get it. Life is expensive now. Insurance, groceries, cars. And then there's the credit card debt with those obscene interest rates. It's time to regain your financial freedom. And that's what we offer at Loan Pronto, using the power of the equity in your home. We have multiple ways to get you the cash you need, and most clients close in 2 weeks or less, and many don't even require an appraisal. And listen, rates have been plummeting recently. We just locked a homeowner in with an APR in the low fives, saving her over $1,000 per month, and put $10,000 in her pocket. Life-changing money. Whether you're drowning in debt, have a nosebleed rate you got last year, need home improvements, or simply need cash in your pocket, we can help you accomplish this goal in record time. Call us today and get started with no hard credit pull, just a conversation. LoanPronto.com, 904-999-1508. LoanPronto.com. That's LoanPronto.com.
Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
When it comes to towing products, your safety is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
Ackerman Urology has 4 convenient locations providing advanced urological care to improve men's health and sexual vitality. Don't suffer through prostate, bladder, or kidney issues. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys locksmith service.
Are you struggling with hair loss? At IHRS, we understand because we've been there too. We're dedicated to finding the best solution tailored just for you.
My hair looks great. It was thinning, and IHRS restored my hair.
It's now fuller, it's thicker, voluminous. It's made me feel great.
With the latest technology and FDA-approved laser therapy, PRP, and non-surgical hair addition, we offer guaranteed solutions for men and women.
With over 35 years of experience, IHRS found a hair restoration for us, and we can find one for you.
For me.
For me.
And me too.
Visit hairforme.com or call 904-777-IHRS. Get a free microscopic analysis and get to the root of your problem. This $395 analysis is yours for free. Call 904-777-4477 now.
Jacksonville, you know a good defense wins games, and a good fence protects your home. Frank Frangie here. Coil Fencing has been around the block since 1927. Literally, they probably fenced it too. From tough chain link to sleek aluminum fences your HOA will love, Coil is the name to trust. Nearly a century strong and still standing tall. Call Coil today. You can trust them. Call 904-356-4821 or visit coiljacks.com. That's COYLE Jacks.com.
Need the right tools for the job without the full-time price tag? Tucker Equipment Rentals in Neptune Beach is what you need when you need it. From heavy machinery for commercial projects to weekend projects at the house, we've got you covered. We've been serving Jacks for 50 years. Visit Tucker Equipment Rentals in Neptune Beach, just behind Aqua East Surf Shop, or call today. We also have event rentals too. Tucker Equipment Rentals. Tools you need without the price tag of purchasing. I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by TopDressing.com. Yesterday was a sad day for the Florida State football family as New York Jets quarterback Jordan Travis announced his retirement from the game of football before ever playing an NFL snap. Travis suffered a brutal lower leg injury back in 2023 at Florida State in a game against North Alabama. Unfortunately for Travis, that was unknowingly the last snap he would ever take on the gridiron. Travis was leading the Noles to a remarkable 11-0 season at the time of his injury before controversially being left out of the playoffs due to his absence. He finished 5th in the Heisman voting that year with a 64% completion percentage, 20 touchdown passes, and only 2 interceptions. It was a very unfortunate end of the career for a very talented and young player in Jordan Travis. It's 84 degrees at 3:03. Time and Temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Tebow back, has time, goes deep in the crossing pattern. Harvin, it's tipped and caught. One man to beat. Touchdown, Florida.
It's a draw play. And he's in the open field, and he's gone. Touchdown, Miami. 30 yards for Portis.
This is XL Primetime. Brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
It's really nuts when you think about the star power. We need to roll through that again, but we have a scoreboard update. Is this sponsored? Leon Intelligence, LI. Scoreboard update.
End of the second quarter, going into halftime. Score 20-17, Florida.
Romo.
I'm telling you, man.
That's interesting.
Cannot bet against the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Isn't today like National Prayer Day too?
That 2008
not good,
Florida
Leon.
team didn't even score double-digit points against the 2008 Miami team until the fourth quarter.
I don't see your point.
He was just waiting to unload.
Pointing that out there.
Yeah. Just waiting to unload it.
Seems crazy.
It is. It is. All right, so that's where we are. A close ball game. 30 more minutes. Maybe a speech is coming.
30 more minutes.
I do think I recall a speech in 2008. Yeah. You've got 30 more minutes for the rest.
I thought you were talking about Ed Reed.
Oh, no.
This is going to be the speech off, too.
Oh.
It is.
Ed Reed against Tebow.
That was, honestly, you take that one at the half, 30 more minutes for the rest of your life, and then the Ed Reed speech, pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, they're both really good, actually.
Yeah.
All right, so I have to come back from break with both those speeches.
All right, we make it.
Let's get our microphones inside those locker rooms, okay?
And instead of the embedded and shredded, JJ, who has really flown across country.
He's got ways.
Well, he flew across country. He's cashed in another CD. He's gone from the Mercedes-Benz to the Rose Bowl.
I'm awfully tired. I'm jet-lagged.
He's basically, I'm pretty sure.
All in the name of LI.
Yeah, but he is representing LI, but he's working off the dime of XL Primetime's Tim, okay, who has another 4-leg parlay with the Gators in this game. And if it happens, we're talking about a massive, massive check coming his way.
By the way, he's referring to my friend who won all that money on the Gators national championship bet a few weeks back.
I'm rooting for him.
Shout out to Tim for taking me and my wife out for dinner.
Nice.
On his dime.
Yeah.
Well, really on the Gators' dime. So thank you, boys.
Right, really wasn't. Thank you, Gators.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike White. Or what's his name? Todd Golden.
All right, so let's just do one thing real quick. Let's just do one thing real quick because we got to get a couple of these in today and tomorrow. But these are early odds for the Kentucky Derby. Okay? And it's like we said, our from the Frangie Show, the best bet is giving us just a little prize pack for whoever has the best cumulative finishing total of their top 3 thoroughbreds. And so I'm just going to rattle off a couple of these, and there's some long shots that you guys want to probably plug in, but Rodriguez coming out of the 4-post 12-1 odds, pretty good. Admire Daytona if you want to go kind of the Atlantic Coast, 30-1 selection. Luxor Cafe, 15-1. Journalism, I may be drawn, which is...
I don't know that anyone admires Daytona, but it's a good name.
Yeah, and it is 30-1. So if you guys want to call, get your 3 thoroughbreds. JJ, take 2 or 3 of them right now at 641-1010. All you're trying to do is get the best combined finishing post, and we will give you a chance to get in the drawing for that nice little prize pack from Best Bet.
So there's journalism and publisher. There's another horse called Publisher.
Owen Almighty from the 20 Post also is kind of cool. So whenever you hear that Derby horn going forward, JJ is telling you to call 641-1010.
Call, give me 3 of your horses.
And if you want to make it really easy on yourself, because you have no idea who these horses are, you call JJ up and you go, I will take 11, 8, and 6.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Just say, those are my 3 posts, 11, 8, and 6. And it's up to his accounting. The JI will take over on that one.
And then ask JJ to give you the link to the X post of the grandparents race, which is just
we got
hilarious.
In honor of racing. The Flying Mohawk is another one that's talking to me out of that 11 post.
What about Render Judgment?
Yeah, see, that's good.
I like that.
That's a great name. That's pretty scary.
That's very judicial.
Like Grim Reaper-ish.
So you might be one of the guys, Big Sirs, that goes for the names. And we're going to do our draw tomorrow and have a little fun with it to see which of these 3 thoroughbreds with a little bit of a snake draft. You will be not here tomorrow. You have the day off but Coach will be here, and we will make sure that we do a little bit of a snake draft. So you have to have your picks ready.
I'm taking whoever Bob Baffert's got juiced up.
Yeah.
I think they just let him back.
Yeah.
I'm starting to like American Promise. I like the way that it sounds, American Promise.
You've been watching the tape?
I have.
If he's anything like American Pharaoh, it's a good pick.
Yeah, that one is an excellent pick. All right, 641-1010. All you got to do is give JJ your 3 posts. I think that's probably the easiest way to do this. All right, so I want to get back with Miami. Okay, not only did they have 17 first-round draft picks that came out of that team, that does not include Clinton Portis or Frank Gore. Both of those guys were not first-rounders, but think about what they did. They combined for 7 Pro Bowls, 17 1,000-yard seasons, and over 23,400 yards rushing.
Good gracious.
It's just like...
And McGahee, who was taken in the first round after he got hurt and had to sit out the whole year.
Yeah, destroyed the knee and was able to come back. Half of the NFL used a first-round pick on someone from this roster. I want you to hear that again. Half of the NFL used a first-round pick on a player from Miami that was on that 2001 roster.
That's all well and good, Joe, but, Tim Tebow.
Yeah, I agree. 38 players from this roster were drafted in the NFL. Leon L.I. gave us that factoid earlier, which is just incredible. The other number, 78% chance your favorite NFL team has employed a first-round pick from the 2001 Miami, since an incredible 25 teams have rostered one of them at some point or another. It's just nuts how many good players they had. And
except the Jags.
Yeah. Jags didn't necessarily. Now, they got the great Brett Romberg. Okay. Great player.
Yeah.
He's a Miami.
He's a Miami grad, absolutely.
But he's a Hurricane Hall of Famer, too.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So,
Jags also got the great Urban Meyer.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, that's
11 months.
I got it right.
Yeah. I got it
for
right.
a while. Anyway, that's neither here.
I'm just sorry we're in this situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Me too.
6 cornerbacks. Let's see here. 6 cornerbacks and 6 tackles from this team were drafted. 4 of those 6 cornerbacks were first-round picks.
Jeez. 6 tackles.
I mean, the thing is, it's like we just heard a highlight like 2 breaks ago. Jerome McDougal, who didn't really do anything in the NFL, but my God, in college, he was unblockable.
Yeah, dominated. 19 of 22 Miami starters were drafted. Only the left guard, look these guys up, only the left guard, center, and strong side linebacker were undrafted.
God.
They might have been considered the weak links on that.
Yeah, remember how we had a guy text in yesterday and say Ken Dorsey was the weak link? Just watching the highlights again, man, my boy could sling it.
Oh,
man.
yeah. And he
wasn't just a game manager guy. He was a great freaking
He was a great college quarterback. But you know what? He's down 3 at halftime.
He is.
Okay?
I would always consider
You guys
him,
can throw all these numbers out about all these Miami players.
facts,
Guess what?
Facts.
They're down 3 at half.
Facts are facts.
And we haven't even hit the Timmy speech point yet, right?
Yeah. All right. So we got halftime coming up. We got to get ready for that. So, Leon, who has the ball right now, is as far as getting the ball to begin the second half?
Well, I mean, both teams have had the ball and scored. So it's, the score now is 27-24.
So we're in the third quarter
We're in the
now.
third quarter.
We're in the third quarter.
Who performed at halftime?
They started it without us already.
Who performed at halftime? I heard it was Wu-Tang.
Yeah, E40.
All right. 641-1010.
What an artist to have at such a magnificent game.
Listen, it's near Oakley, all right? So he made the trip.
They thought of everything. It is XL Primetime.
Home of the Jaguars. Follow every play, interview, and press conference.
We're really working, trying to get better.
1010XL. Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up. Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
Get this thing unwrapped here. Duval! Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval? That's right, Dan. I really identify with Duval. You live in St. John's County, knucklehead. I mean the Duval sub, the Daily Stash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted melted cheddar and habanero jack cheeses, lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily Dash sub that sums you up.
The Boss.
Because, of course.
Oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daily Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daily Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Since 1901, generations of skilled union workers have built the backbone of our community. Hospitals, schools, the buildings where you work. Every year, a new apprentice class of Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians is stepping up, trained, driven, and ready to do great things. They're not just building our city, they're building their future. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit UA234.com to become a member or contractor today.
We're certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience? Yeah, that's Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They have the expertise and knowledge to take care of your money. For more info, go to ITPPartners.com. ITP Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
To catch more fish, you gotta think like a fish. Captain Kevin and the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show, reeled in by the Pest Pros at Royal Pest Services, and Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
Jacksonville, Hickens, calling it. Checkmate Coating, my MVP. Tough, slick floors that dominate any space.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Warm weather means the beach, fishing, golf, and more. Make sure to drop into Daly's and grab a cold case to go. From Bud Light to their seltzer, from Mick Ultra to Modelo, or your favorite crafts like Old City or Sweetwater. Grab and go at your local Daly's.
Free Comic Book Day. Hey, I'm Ben Kay, owner of Gotham City Limit, your local comic shop, inviting you to the Community Party of the Year, Saturday, May 3rd. Free comics, free food, huge discounts, and more. Let's take Free Comic Book Day to the limit. Gotham City Limit.
Joe C. for Preferred Roofing, reminding you your roof is more than just felt and shingles. It's a system that not only keeps your home dry, but also impacts your heating and cooling bills. Preferred Roofing and Construction is a GAF Master Elite Roofing Contractor, lauded for having the ability to educate and inform homeowners on their options. Why GAF and Preferred Roofing? They're veteran-owned and operated with ties to Duval for decades. A family business ready to make sure your family has a good roof over its head. Log on, preferredroofingjacks.com.
Join us at Miller Electric May 29th from 4 to 7 p.m. We're on the lookout for talented people, from entry-level to experienced electricians and foremen, security system installation and service technicians, fire alarm system service technicians, and both senior and junior VDV technicians. This is your chance to get hired on the spot. Meet the managers, indulge in delicious food, and snag some awesome giveaways. Don't miss out on this electrifying chance to power up your career. Miller Electric, May 29th, 4 to 7 p.m., 6805 South Point Parkway.
Fantastic news here. Due to overwhelming response, Beers Diamonds extending their amazing earring and bracelet sale for Mother's Day. Hicken here. So now through Mother's Day, you can still save up to 40% off diamond earrings and diamond tennis bracelets. It's Beers' most ambitious offer ever, and response has been incredible. The corporate-owned big box stores can't touch these prices. Beers, locally owned, man. Say hi to the Lupos when you go over there. The freedom to give you pricing you deserve. Highest quality diamond jewelry. Celebrate the mothers in your life with something they'll appreciate for decades to come. They also have special pricing on other Mother Day favorites, including colored gemstones, pearls, pendants, and fashion jewelry. Beards Diamonds, your destination for making this Mother's Day truly special. Don't miss Beards Diamonds' biggest sale ever. Up to 40% off Beards' already beatable value price. Now through Mother's Day at the Town Center. Only locally owned jeweler. It's Beards Diamonds.
Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars. Make them your AC partner with honest cost estimates before they start the work with no hidden fees. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC.
10XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Checkmate Coatings phone line. Hello. Your floor's missing piece.
He's like one of our long lost. We get to say hello to him a couple times a year, depending on what happens. If there is a triple crown, we might dial Dick Girardi's phone again a third time. We will see. But today, it's all about the 151st running of the Kentucky Derby. Dick Girardi, longtime handicapper when it comes to the ponies. Welcome in. How are you, sir?
I'm great, guys. What's happening down there?
Well, we're trying to figure out how many plays Travis Hunter is going to play for the Jags. So I don't know if you have odds on that, but that's the thing we're talking about more than anything else. Before you know it, he's probably going to be in one of those paddocks at Churchill Downs with a winning thoroughbred, as good as this guy is. So as I'm told, Dick, the handicapping of this one is as hard as some of these artists of odds have seen in a long, long time. Agree or disagree?
I think it is hard if you have a tendency to overthink it, which we all do because it's the biggest race of the year and there's 20 horses. The way I try to approach it is just look at it like a horse race. It's fundamentals. What are the things you usually look at and try to apply that to this event? Again, it's more difficult because there's 20 horses. Most races are limited to 14, or all the other races are limited to 14. So that's a variable that's not you don't have to deal with normally. But, yeah, I would just look at it like a normal horse race. Journalism has won 4 in a row. He's won the biggest prep race there is, in my opinion, the St. Anthony Derby. He's a deserving favorite. There's no reason not to think he's going to run well. In fact, not only do I think he's going to run well, guys, I think he's going to win. I think he's going to win big. Ooh. And there's a very cool prop bet at betonline.ag, over under a length and a half. I'm telling you to bet the over a length and a half.
Journalism always wins, by the way, Dick. Always.
That is 100% true. Not that I'm biased after being in the newspaper business for 4 decades, but yes, we got to like journalism on general principles.
Yes,
the cool thing about that bet is, even if journalism doesn't win, any other horse wins by more than a length and a half, you still cash.
Okay.
Nice. All right. So is there any possibility with American Promise that it's a long-lost relative of American Pharaoh?
Well, interesting you say that. American Promise is actually a son of the other recent Triple Crown winner, Justified.
Okay.
But there is a son of American Pharaoh in here, the 7 Luxor Cafe. He's a Kentucky bred, but he's from Japan. So you have sons of the 2 recent Triple Crown winners, 5 American Promise and 7 Luxor Cafe.
Interesting.
All right, so let's start taking a look at the trainers, because I'm going to call this guy the Alex Rodriguez of trainers, okay? Because Bob Baffert is back, all right? And he was banned with the win after Medina Spirit, who won the 2021 Derby, disqualified, but he is back. And we're talking, you already mentioned Citizen Bull and a couple of other ones like Rodriguez. Is there any others that you would be looking at as far as trainers besides Bob Baffert, or do you still like the luxury of betting on him?
Well, yeah, I mean, look, he's won it 6 times, right? He's had horses finish first 7. You mentioned Medina Spirit. He obviously was DQ'd after the fact. Yeah, he's the best Kentucky Derby Triple Crown trainer in history. The numbers back it up, so you have to take him seriously. I don't happen to like his horses in this race. I just think that I don't like the post and the running style. They have similar running styles. They both run to the front, and I just don't think anybody's getting an easy lead in here. So I'm not a Citizen Bull or Rodriguez fan, but yeah, there's other great trainers in there. I mean, Steve Asmussen's won more racers than any trainer in the history of North America. It's 10,800. It's a bizarre stat. He's had 3 horses of the year. He had Curlin, Rachel Alexander, and Gunrunner. He's won every big race in the world, except for the Derby, where he's 0 for 26. It's just one of those bizarre, like Daytona with Dale Earnhardt forever, right? He won all the races until he finally won Daytona. He's got 2 horses in here. Publisher, the 13, and the 14th is Tastic for Asmussen to finally get off the Derby schneid.
All right. Then give me 3 horses for my trifecta.
8 Journalism, 9 Burnham Square, who I thought his workout was the best of any of the final workouts. and 18 Sovereignty was the second choice. And I'll give you one other bomb just for if you're looking for a long shot. The 3 Final Gambit at 30-1. Those 4 in that order, and if that's the case, we're all going to be cashing big.
All right, so
I'm typing. I'm writing this down.
Journalism's got the 8 post. Is there a horse in the field that has a favorable post that you think could do something with it?
Yeah, that's one of the trickier parts. There's some unfavorable posts. The 1 is not great in this race because you really Citizen Bull. They don't have any options but try to send him to the front because otherwise he's just going to get sandwiched behind a whole group of horses. But yeah, I don't think so. But one of the problems with trying to figure out post positions, what you normally want to do is what horses are around the horse in that post. What kind of running styles do they have? And then that'll give you a better sense of where your horse is going to fall. And the key part of the race is that first quarter mile where they start to sort themselves out a little bit. If your horse wants a forward position, you want to make sure he gets up at the top 5 or 6. And if it's a horse that comes from way back, then you want to get as close to the rail as you can and worry about where you're going to go later.
We're talking with Dick Girardi. He is the longtime handicapper when it comes to the Kentucky Derby and all the big horse races, the big stakes races. So I'm looking at the other trainers and trying to figure out which of the other ones are really starting to become, let's just say, the next Bob Baffert. And there are 2 or 3 of them that definitely have some good ones. Now, do we have anybody that's red hot coming in with a horse, say at the Santa Anita, the Louisiana, the Arkansas, the Florida, whatever that might be?
Yeah. So journalism's trainer is Michael McCarthy. Mm-hmm. He's had several good years in a row. So I'd say he's one of the next guys that has the potential to start winning a lot of these races. He won the Preakness a couple of years ago with a horse named Rombauer. Mm-hmm. And he's won some other significant races around the country. Brad Cox has become a household name. It was his horse that actually finished second to Medina Spirit and became the official winner of the 2021 Derby. He's got Final Gambit, who I just mentioned in here. We know Todd Pletcher's name. It's interesting. He's great in just about every race there is. He's not so good that Derby's 2 for 65.
Wow.
In his career. And he's got Grande, the 10. Asmus, we just talked about. Brendan Walsh has East Avenue. Very, very good trainer. He hasn't broken through in the Triple Crown yet. He hasn't had that many opportunities. And Mark Cassio has Sandman, the 17. He's in 2 Halls of Fame, the Canadian Hall of Fame and the U.S. Hall of Fame for horse racing. So he's a big-time guy as well.
Grande looks like another one. A little bit of a long shot, 20-1, Flying Mohawk right next to each other. I might pair them up with journalism.
Ooh, I like it. If you get that, if you get an 8, 10, 11, you're talking – I mean, Grande's listed at 20 and Flying Mohawk at 30, and they'll probably go higher than that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a trifecta that you could be buying dinner for quite a long time for all your compatriots.
That's what I'm afraid of. I don't necessarily want to cash a ticket in front of anybody else. That's for sure. All right, so these are awesome suggestions, and we'll see where it goes. But journalism, we just have to wait, basically, to see how the odds unfold going up to post time. Correct?
That's exactly right. The odds change all the way to the last second when the horses come out of the gate, because it's strictly determined by how much money is bet to win on each horse. So, yeah, what you see today might not be what it's going to be on Saturday.
All right, Dick, look forward to it. Can't wait. As you said, it's the beginning of the Triple Crown. It's the one that you can, if you get the picks right, net the most dollars, because everything will become a little more clear to everybody once we get to Pimlico. But one more time on that triple, the trifecta that you like the most.
8, 9, 18.
Okay. Beautiful. Love it. Thank you, man. We appreciate it.
Dick.
You got it. Thanks, guys.
All right. Dick Girardi.
I'm like 9, zeroing 18. In. Wait, 8, 9, and 18, right?
Yeah.
I'm zeroing in on the 2 horses of the sires from the Triple Crown winners.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be the 5, American Promise, the 7, Luxor Cafe,
mm-hmm.
and then the 8, Journalism.
Okay,
5, 7, 8 is going to be my trifecta.
And by the way, I'll find some of these numbers for tomorrow, but I want to say either 5 or 8 out of those posts. There have been a lot of Kentucky Derby winners, and so you have to look at those too. Just the way now, some from the outside posts of late have been charging. They get out of those for whatever reason. It looked like it was a terrible spot to be in before, but for whatever reason, from 16 to 20, we've seen some of them come from the outside. So anyway, it'll be fun. And the best bet, like we said, we're borrowing from the Frangie Show. They're great supporters of 1010XL, just with a little prize pack. So, JJ, and I'm sure if anyone was listening, all you got to do is give your top 3 post positions. You don't have to remember the names. Just call JJ. We'll take 2 or 3 more. Get in the hat. Just say, hey, my prediction, top 3 is whatever your numbers are, 1 through 20. Pick 3 of them. And then the combined finish best total will get that prize back. So give him a shout, 641-1010. We got an update coming up. Now, right now, where are we at score-wise?
We started the fourth quarter, 34-31. Gators.
Ooh. How did that happen? Okay. 34-31.
34-31 Gators going into the fourth.
They've not only they didn't just close the gap, they took the lead.
No, they've had the lead all along.
I'm just talking about
halftime.
Gates had the lead all along, baby.
Oh, I was just thinking it was second half that they had it. Okay.
No, they took.
I'm just trying to write the whole story here.
Yeah, they took it in the second quarter.
All right, I was just trying to write over here writing the whole story, just trying to figure out whether or not.
I can guarantee you there's going to be some kind of funky going on in the fourth quarter.
34-31 Florida.
I can feel it coming.
This is the beginning of the fourth quarter?
Yes, beginning of
Okay. 15 minutes of ball left.
That's it.
Okay. Speeches are coming.
There's some LI funk coming, too. I'm telling you right now.
All right, we'll find out. All right. It is XL Primetime.
1010XL says thank you to our military.
We're American because you're in America, okay? Greatest country on the planet.
God bless the USA.
Frank Frangie here. I've known the Parman family for years, and what stands out is how they run Big Chief Tire. It's not just about tires. It's about showing up, doing the work, and taking care of people. That's the culture they've built over 4 generations. When you walk into Big Chief, you're treated with honesty, respect, and real hometown service. That's how Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling. Schedule your next appointment at WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950.
Hey, I've got that craving again. How about some Mr. Chubby's wings?
Have you had the Chubby style wings? Grilled to perfection with Chubby's secret seasoning.
You know I have. They are so delicious. I swear you can't find anywhere in town with better wings and better prices on drinks.
So many different specials each night, too. Well, I'm ready to chub it up again.
Me too.
See all their specials at MrChubby'sWings.com. Locations on Fleming Island, the West Side, and now Ponte Vedra Beach. Mr. Chubby's Wings. Before the game, after the game, and during the game.
When it comes to your utility bill, JEA wants to help you use less so you can save more. We offer a variety of free programs, like efficiency and irrigation assessments that'll teach you ways to conserve energy and water around your home. Our alerts will let you know when your utility usage has reached a set amount, and our rebates can help you save when upgrading to more efficient appliances and equipment. Find even more ways to save at JEA.com.
Want a simple way to boost your company's image without a big renovation? A fresh paint job in your brand's colors can increase recognition up to 80%. At Performance Painting, we help companies stand out with clean, on-brand finishes that impress clients and energize employees. From color consultations to low-odor coatings that won't disrupt operations, we've got you covered. Visit performance-painting.com to schedule a friendly estimate. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On May 1st, 1991, MLB outfielder Rickey Henderson steals his 939th base, setting a new MLB record for stolen bases.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700, offices Jacksonville, Florida, and don't let the state decide your fate.
The Sawgrass Marriott Golf Resort and Spa is the perfect place for indulging in a pampering spa treatment. This Mother's Day season, give the gift of wellness with a gift card and take advantage of the spa's current promotion. Buy a $75 gift card or more and guests get a credit towards a future service. With healing massages, revitalizing facial treatments, and more, a day at the Sawgrass Spa makes a perfect gift for everyone. Purchase in person at Sawgrass Spa during operating hours.
Keep
Keeping kids active is a full-time job for parents. Look no further, though, than I-9 Sports, covering Duval, St. John's, and Clay to get your youngster in the game. Spring and summer registration open right now for flag football, soccer, t-ball, and basketball. Plus, all new girls volleyball at Duval Charter Bay Meadows. I-9 Sports with fields and gyms all over 3 counties. And the best thing is I-9 Sports offers sports year-round so kids can always find a sport to play. i9sports.com. Enter 1010 in the promo code.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. WM is the largest sustainability company in North America. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Your services will be completed in a timely, safe, and eco-friendly manner. Go to WM.com/Duval. That's WM.com/Duval and get signed up today. If anyone can talk trash, it's the Mangler.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
Hey, it's Guggen Golf time. If you and a friend would like to play in this year's Coastal Equipment Guggen Open Golf Tournament, May 19th at Hidden Hills Golf Club, text Guggen, Googan, to the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures at 641-1010 for your chance to win. Score a hole in one and win an Atlantic Infinity SUV. Enjoy Chick-fil-A breakfast, the Dandy Foods lunch. Check out the latest big boy toys from Ride Now Power Sports. Thanks to our sponsors, Taco Loop, Lift Power, Instant Keys, and Southern Oak Insurance.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. Now's the perfect time to order logo coffee mugs or maybe a logoed Sick brand tumbler. They're seriously ice cold and look great with your company logo. HardballCreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since 87.
All right, my takeaway is that we're already through the end of the fourth quarter. Miami took a 10-7 lead in the fourth quarter and tied the game at 41. We're going into overtime.
Another game. You couldn't ask for more than this.
41. All right, overtime. Overtime, both teams kicked field goals in overtime.
First
overtime. Second overtime, both teams scored touchdowns. Last overtime, one team scored 7, other scored 3. Final score, Florida 58, Miami 54.
Oh! He couldn't even say that last part. He couldn't even get it out.
Will you say that again?
You got cut to the white meat there, didn't you?
Yeah. I played it up straight.
Will you give that to me again?
58-54.
Oh, my.
I mean, I'm guessing that Jesus scored the final touchdown. Did he not?
They ended around Percy Harvin.
Oh, God.
Mercy, Percy. This is unreal.
Are you okay, bro?
No, I'm devastated.
And yet the crowd remains quiet. I'm curious as to why they are quiet. Yes.
Right, it is weird how the crowd was just like completely quiet.
They might have been stunned more than anything else.
Do we need to go to JJ to get his live report?
Yeah, you can come to me.
From Pasadena.
Yeah, you can come to me.
That team that's supposedly the greatest of all time, they were up 9-3 against one of the worst Miami teams I've ever seen in the fourth quarter. They were tied with Oklahoma 14-14 in the fourth quarter, the national title. They lost to Ole Miss.
Yeah,
let
me just tell you something else.
Pretty unrealistic.
Let me just tell you something else.
End of the game.
W.
Scoreboard.
Yeah.
That's right. That's all
they
that
got the dub
that
over
Miami
the Kings
defense gave
in
up
the LI
58
championship.
points.
It happened.
Yeah, it did. A team that averaged less than 10 points given up a game.
Not only did it happen, it happened behind the framework of LI.
It did.
Which is their creator being the Hurricane Hall of Famer.
He said that's true.
And especially when you consider
the whole process was troubling, JJ.
And when you consider what Florida held Oklahoma to that year, based on what their average score per game was going in, it's no surprise. It's no shock.
JJ, you gotta get when he first named the score, he couldn't even say 54.
He said 50.
He went Arthur Fonzarelli on it. It just could not.
He did.
I mean, that 08 Gator team isn't even a top 10 greatest team of all time.
Probably not. Probably
not even close.
Apparently.
But for the purposes of LI.
The tournament.
You better believe it, baby.
And I didn't realize this, but if you go back and look at the coaching staff, an analyst on that coaching staff was Nick Sirianni. And he told Herb before the game to get the Tebow tush push play in.
Right.
And so that's
probably where Sirianni took it.
Yeah.
Well,
So
the final
one of our
play was
texters
a
is pointing it out right now.
fake tush push and around to Percy Harvin.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
The old fake.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just what an and if there's a time to bring out a
jump
trick
pass.
play like that, oh yes.
Some guy in the text line just said Searcy lost his U card.
Well, we already know.
All right, I love orange and blue to the death.
Yes, he does.
Should've known.
That underscores it right there. The final of this championship.
He's speechless.
I am speechless.
He's drinking a coffee.
All right, man. Come on.
I'm speechless. My takeaway is I'm just blown away by, like JJ said, the team that's probably not even a top 10 team of all time.
You got to give it to Herb.
Winning the LI, LI championship. But then again, the quarterback of that team is the top 3 or 4 player of all time.
Of course.
So you got to he could lift everybody up. I mean, he could walk on water. He certainly could beat Miami in a championship game, right?
Honestly, it shouldn't be a shock.
Shouldn't be a shock to anyone, actually.
While a surprise, it shouldn't be necessarily a shock. All right, that's something else, man.
It was a great tournament.
Yeah, it really was.
It was fun. And if you bet any of the unders, I just don't know what to say to you. You're a fool.
Then again, if you bet the overs every time, you just cashed out.
You did.
Man.
See, but there's somewhere out there, honestly, there's one guy, hard on his luck, and he said at some point the unders got
a hit, right?
And he was down. And this was his last little fraction of an account that he had. And he's like, I'm going all in on the under. And he took a look at those defenses.
He's under a bridge.
Yeah.
Leon set the original over-under at 60.
Yeah.
So that was maybe one team past that.
I kept pulling big numbers, JJ.
Yeah, they crashed the boards.
Bro, on the text line, some guy writes, "This is some BS." He said, "Man, Frangie must have paid you off, Leon."
Look, the speech at the half, 30 minutes for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That was a little bit more than, bro, I'm hurting.
Yeah, and that's kind of how it went down.
I am hurting.
I'm hurting too.
Yeah.
But I had to stay true to how the process went through.
This is very Ohio State-esque
It is.
for
right
me.
there when you did
This is
not
Villanova over Georgetown. You know that, right? Basketball.
Yeah, it's NC State over 5 Slam and Jam.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Yeah, Villanova or Georgetown is when Rolly Massimino went out there and they go, hey, Georgetown won the Natty. April Fools, because it was April 1st. Raleigh got it off.
He couldn't even get 54 out of his mouth.
All I know is both of those teams legendary to their fan bases.
Yes.
Legendary.
Yes.
And it's funny because if you listed the order, real quick, the order of your favorite national championship teams at Miami, not the best, because 01 Canes, they blow everybody else away.
Mm-hmm.
But do you
order of the national? Okay, 01.
In other words, like the ones that are the best in your
the best
memory.
in my memory.
Yeah.
It would be 01 be first.
Mm-hmm.
87 to be second.
Yeah.
Who lost on a wide right a few games ago to Florida State. Let's not forget.
Let's not forget that. 87 to be second.
You got bounced out a couple hard times.
Yeah,
I
we
know,
did.
bro. Tell me about it. 89 would be third.
Okay.
91 would be fourth.
Mm-hmm.
And then 83 would be probably.
83, which was the first. It's interesting because I bet a lot of Florida fans would name 96 first.
I bet there are some Canes fans, old school Canes fans, that put 83 first, right?
Yeah, well.
It's the most important one.
The most important one is an 83 championship.
Yeah.
Where's the 2002? Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Which is sad. They could have.
They could have had it.
They could have been one of the greatest teams of all time.
Yeah.
That 02 team was.
If Butchery hadn't left, it probably would have been.
Well, I mean, we had two opportunities to win three back to back. 86, we should have beat Penn State. 87, we won it. 88, we lost to Notre Dame by 1 point. 2000, we get BCS'd. And then 2001, we win it in 02. We lose to Ohio State.
Yeah.
A lot of coulda, shoulda, wouldas there, man.
Yeah,
Oh, stop.
You still lead the state.
And that's back.
You still got 5 natties with all those coulda, woulda, shouldas.
Yeah.
We should have 10.
At least your coulda, woulda, shouldas include 5 natties. Florida State's coulda, woulda, shouldas if it hadn't been wide right or whatever the case might be. All right, let's just stay in the college football world just as I wrap up a little draft talk with the ukulele. Oh, yeah. Some delicious lager imported from Baja. It's called Pacifico. So from the Atlantic to Pacifico. Let's see if you guys can get some of these right. Enjoy a delicious Mexican lager anytime you're out and about. You head to Taco Lu or anywhere else, order up a delicious Pacifico. So we gave out some of the big numbers as far as draft classes this year. And at the top of the SEC were 2 of the 4 teams that had double-digit draft picks. Georgia had 13. Texas had a dozen. How close can you guys get to the next 5 teams in order as far as the highest draft classes in the SEC?
Well, Ole Miss is next, I bet.
All right, let's go ahead and ding him up because we're just having a little fun here. That's an excellent. Ole Miss has 8 or had 8 draft picks.
I think Florida had 7, so they're in that group.
I'm listening. They're tied
with Texas A&M, maybe?
Nope.
LSU?
All right, now we have Florida. We have LSU. Each of them had 7. Tied with who?
Oh, South Carolina, maybe.
That is the next one after that.
Okay.
Kentucky.
Nope.
Missouri.
Nope.
Wow.
How quickly we forget.
Oklahoma.
Alabama.
How quickly we forget.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So Ole Miss was ahead of,
let's like 11, right?
Well, no. There were only 4 double-digit schools that had draft picks.
Okay. How many Ole Miss have?
Ole Miss had 8.
8. Okay.
And then tied were Alabama, LSU, Florida. It's funny that Alabama, we forget about them so quickly. They had 7. They just didn't necessarily have all that cream at the top.
Right.
And Florida had a bunch of 5th rounders. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
They had a bunch of 5th rounders. So Alabama, LSU, Florida had 7 each.
Florida's highest pick was Jason Marshall, right? A 3rd rounder?
No, he was a 5th rounder.
He was a 5th rounder?
Yeah. Jackson went before he did. I'm trying to remember now. Yeah, Jackson went before him.
Okay.
Shamar James went before him.
Really?
I'm almost positive. I have to go back and look.
All right.
But South Carolina had 5. Tennessee had 4. Texas A&M only had 3.
Really?
Yeah. And Shamar was obviously their top dog, but they only had 3. Auburn had 3. Missouri had 3. Kentucky had 2. Oklahoma only had 2, along with, yes, sir, Arkansas had 2. Vandy had 1. Big Ten. Ohio State tops the list. They were double digits with 14. Oregon was next with 10. Michigan's still kicking out some talent with the Grahams and the Grants of the world. Not just them. They had 7. Yeah, 7 total draft picks. Maryland had a half dozen. 1 more than Penn State.
Maryland had 6.
Do you find that a little surprising? I do.
Well, Penn State's team was very underclass heavy. Like Penn State, honestly, could win the national championship
this year.
Might even be the favorite to. Yeah.
Yeah. They got a lot of players.
Yeah.
And with Aller coming back.
Yeah.
Anyway, Maryland had 6. Penn State had 5. UCLA had 5. Iowa had 5. USC, this is honestly, it's crazy. Lincoln Riley produced 3 draft picks. That's not good.
It's not, but you know what? His 26
recruiting class is sick.
It's ridiculous.
Well, some checks are being written.
No doubt. I mean, no doubt. But
They're
it's like
being written everywhere.
It's bordering on Texas A&M best ever class.
Well, the dollars that are out there for the Longhorns right now, we got to get into that tomorrow. But it is, we're talking there is a lot of oil being drilled that we don't know about in the Lone Star State, because they're talking 40+ million.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Real quick before we bring this guy
The
in.
only other guy I know that's got 40 million to throw around for a football team is this guy.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. CoolCatsJacks.com.
The coolest cats in town.
All right, the embedded and shredded demands that I introduce him as soon as he walks in. So go ahead. I didn't mean to.
I just wanted to say one quick thing, because JJ was saying about how Miami was trailing Florida 9-3 at the end of the third quarter in that 2008.
They weren't trailing Miami.
They were trailing Florida 9-3.
Miami was trailing.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, in '83 when Miami won it all. You know, the first week of the season, what happened then, JJ?
Yeah,
the Canes got their ass kicked by Florida. 28-3.
They weren't playing today.
Yeah,
I know
no
they
one
weren't.
says
I know
that they're one of the best teams of all time.
I just had to throw. I just had to throw that out there. That's
Bumper
all,
stickers
JJ.
were being printed, still being printed off of that one.
Just had to throw that out there.
Yeah,
No charge.
All right, the embedded and shredder probably had one. What was your first car?
First car was a 1983 Buick Regal. It was the ugliest brown that you'll ever see.
Yeah.
I paid $900 for it, drove it for a year, and sold it for $900.
Oh, that's just
The bumper filler was all gone.
Yeah.
So, like, it literally, like, it was eroded. But the car got me from point A to point B.
And everyone says,
a year.
the car's not an investment. Okay, that was an investment.
You
right
loved
now.
that car, didn't you?
I did. I had some good times in that car. Bench seats. You don't get that
Really?
anymore.
Oh,
How we ever got away from bench seats in automobiles, I will never understand. It was the greatest thing ever.
I'll put two and two together. Once we didn't have any more bench seats, Frank Costanza lost his move. Okay?
He did. He did.
He lost his move.
That's my move. I'll count. Oh, love it. We're going to have a great Frangie show coming up. Frank is out today, but Hacker is kind enough to join us doing double dipping because he'll have his show later tonight, but kind enough to sit in. So it'll be me and Hacker, and we'll talk lots of Jaguars, Gators, NFL. Maybe get into a little NBA as well. So should be a fun Frangie show.
All right, so now it is becoming clear, because it was suggested on the text line that Frangie strong-armed LI, the Leon Intelligence Committee that put the national championship together. Now it makes sense. It's Hacker and Hayes that had an influence.
I tell you,
that came in.
There's a lot of clout going around. but also Players Championship Executive Director Lee Smith will join us at 4:20. So we always enjoy catching up with him to talk some golf. PGA Championship right around the corner.
Yep.
We got the Byron Nelson this week. Scheffler's in the field. So lots of good stuff going on in the golf world.
Love it, man. Thank you, Hayes.
Thanks so much.
We appreciate it. All right, Frange out.
Bro, you
Hayes,
okay?
Hacker.
I'm
He's
good,
shook.
bro. I'm shook.
He's totally shook.
I'm shook.
And I guarantee you, this was a trial, 90-day trial offer that LI, they developed this LI for him.
Yeah.
He may not use it again.
I wouldn't be surprised if Leon has to take the day off tomorrow.
He's shook.
I made JJ.
All right, we are done. That man is Leon Searcy. He's a Hurricane Hall of Famer, but he also just crowned the Florida Gators as a mythical national championship. Matty Hayes, Joe C., JJ. You got Hayes, Hack coming up.
When you listen to radio play-by-play, you don't just hear the game, you feel it.